Hi everyone, David Burgess here with Keller Williams Realty, and today I am here in a DR Horton community, or Dr. Horton as one of my old clients used to call them. But I wanted to do a video on this huge company, one of the biggest home builders in the whole of the States. I believe they were the biggest actually a year or so ago in 2017, closed more homes across the country than any other builder. So I really wanted just to give you my experience and my opinion of them. And basically just to show you how they differ from other builders. Now, hopefully you can see behind me there, and I've deliberately come to a two-story home. I didn't want to get too close to the roofer who is right behind me, as he probably thinks that I'm just trying to film him on the sly. But anyway, I hope he's doing a good job. I'm not catching him out doing anything, but it's just bad timing that he's there while I'm filming him. But anyway, I wanted to do a video on a two-story home, as DR Horton are the block-on-block builder. And if you're unfamiliar with what that is or what that means, well, basically pretty much every other builder out there for a two-story home is going to have the first story concrete blocked, and they're going to have the second story timber framed, which is just plywood across the whole of the second story as well as the roof. But as you can see behind me, we have got block on both stories, which is very unique for Florida, of course. I mean, you know, I'm sure in many other parts of the country this is very standard, but for Florida, if you're not familiar with Florida home construction, typically it's because the ground here is softer. I mean, we're basically a swamp here in Florida, so they don't like to put too much pressure on the foundations of the home. So that is why typically they do have the second story in plywood, and it's hurricane strapped down, just because of basically the weight that it will be going onto the floor. So DR Horton, like to basically do the block as the second story too, and they say it makes it structurally more sound. I'm sure there is an element of truth to that, but keeping in mind that every other builder out there that I know of in Florida anyway doesn't opt for this approach. I'm not saying that the other homes aren't structurally more sound, but I'm not sure how important it really is. The home isn't going anywhere. It's absolutely passing all standards and safety, compliance, as well as being hurricane strapped down. I really don't see it as a big issue. And also keep in mind that the majority of DR Horton homes are only 40 to 50 feet of a home site. They're not that big of a home. They're not huge in terms of some custom builders and other builders that build much bigger homes across a bigger dimension. So yeah, anyway, that is how DR Horton like to separate themselves. They very much put emphasis on the block on block. I hope you can see that pretty clearly behind me. But like I said, there's the majority of builders don't opt for this approach, and there's nothing wrong with the structure and the sound and safety with those homes. And also, I've shown homes that are actually custom built that are timber framed throughout. They don't even have any block whatsoever, and those homes go into the millions. So it's one of those. I'm not an engineer by any means, or licensed in construction, so I can only tell you what the what DR Horton are saying, and obviously what other builders are saying in comparison. So, but anyway, DR Horton is a builder. Now, you may have also come across Express homes. Now, Express are the first entry level, really the lowest level of DR Horton, and personally I'm not really a fan. I've sold a few of their homes. I actually had one neighborhood in Riverview called the Sanctuary, which was Express homes throughout, and I've sold a couple of those homes, but actually about a year to 2 years later, I am reselling those homes for different reasons. One of them was a young couple that was their first home. I mean, they really are perfect for a first-time home buyer. But a year later, they were getting divorced. So I went around there with a Christmas card, and they were like, look, we're getting divorced. Young couple, like I said, this does happen. Trying to resell that home was very difficult. Now, that couple, they'd only lived in the home a year. We managed to basically near enough break even, basically, because we never recommend that you sell a home so quickly after buying it, and obviously circumstances do do prevail and things like that. But we came to resell it, and all the feedback was every house looks exactly the same, and they did. With express homes, there isn't this monotony rule that I hope I said that well. I never say that word right, monotony. But most communities have a monotony rule where the elevation and the floor plan and the color of the houses have to be different from one another, so that they make the neighborhood pleasing and aesthetically on the eye. With express, like this street that I sold, every single house was exactly the same, and my biggest advice was to get them to differ as much as they can from the other homes around them. If that's flowers, if that is landscaping, if that is trying to just decorate the home as best as you can from a curb appeal standpoint, it will massively help. But anyway, with DR Horton, you aren't going to have that issue. You are going to have that monotony rule in the majority of neighborhoods, where each home has to be different, and the floor plans and the elevation and like I said, the color. So yeah, I mean, personally, from my point of view, I prefer the 3-car garage DR Horton homes. The Destin, the Surrey and the Hawthorne are my kind of favourite floor plans. They are on the 50 and 60 foot lots, as opposed to like the 40 foot lots, which are like the Hayden and the Ells, which are, they're just a bit more standard. But with DR Horton, you will get some design selections. You have some flooring to choose from, kitchen different types and styles of kitchen, can lighting, that kind of thing. With express, even their competition like Lennar Homes, you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get anything to choose from. So don't get me wrong, DR Horton, they're a very mid-range builder. They're certainly not the worst, and they're certainly not the best. But what I do like is that they seem to find some excellent communities. They really do. They seem to find, there's one coming up in Brandon at the moment, which I feel is going to be. It's in such a good location. I feel it's going to sell very, very quickly. So they really are everywhere, and if you are looking for a new home, I would certainly check them out. Like I said, the floor plans that I prefer are the 3-car garage homes. My personal one is I love the Hawthorne, which is the 1-story with the bonus room upstairs. But yeah, compare them to other mid-level mid-range homes like KB and Lennar. Check out the floor plans, check out the different incentives. Obviously, advice is always to take your realtor with you. If they don't have experience with new construction, then make sure that they're speaking to their brokerage and speaking to other agents who do have that experience, and make sure you're getting a home inspection too. If you're not working with anyone, and you do want someone who has got great experience with DR Horton and all of the new construction builders around the Tampa Bay area, then feel free to reach out to me. My information is all below, and I'll be very happy to help you and guide you through the whole process. So I hope this was helpful. Please like and subscribe to this, to me and this channel video. Your support is much appreciated, and as always, if I can be of any assistance, just reach out at the contact info below. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.